Hi, everybody. Welcome to Binford Chronicles. It's been a little bit of a while since I've been on. I think I missed about 2 weeks. It's been really busy and crazy. I've been doing some research on some property that's been purchased here. It was actually purchased 4 years ago and a little bit behind that. And it's something that we're facing here in Indian River County, and we're very concerned about it. We kind of want to know what's going on. Now, we all know about Texas and Plano, Texas, and Josephine, Texas, where some investors came along, land bankers, they purchased property there and they wanted to make it an Islamic community. That is still under litigation. It's pretty much shut down, but not officially shut down. Well, we had a county commission meeting here on September 9th that really raised some concerns for me. I want to play that for you. But first, you know what? I'm going to play that first, and then I'm going to play the Josephine, Texas one. So let me bring you down to my
The agreements may be amended based on the mutual consent of both the county and the city.
Okay. I feel like we've run around it a little bit. I want to make sure I was back where we started.
So hang on, we're getting into it. We're
I
waiting.
think we could eliminate notes and
That is Venkatesh Yerramsetty. And this is the point where we're waiting for them to finish their previous discussion, and then we're going to listen to what Venkatesh has to say. So stick around.
Reference, acknowledgement, we can.
yeah, I mean, I think there's a better way to do it. Here we are with semantics again, but when something says note, it's kind of like the tacit reminder.
I can remove the word note and say and make it and take those sentences and just make it in as part of it. A and B.
Leave it mission oriented.
Yes.
Anybody on that?
Sounds good.
No,
I think the city manager for the new city manager for Armando.
Software engineering professionals.
Okay.
I think we could
hold
eliminate
on.
notes.
The new
Yeah.
city manager for Armando.
Yes.
Ellesmere wants to speak.
He's been standing there quite some time, too. I mean,
Yeah, I just wanted to say,
Oh.
I've only been here for 5 days. I wish I would have been here for 10 days.
Sorry
because
about
just
this. I couldn't get
In
that.
one phone call
set
yesterday
just
with the
right.
county administrator, we resolved like 90% of this.
right.
And hopefully, moving forward, the relationship between the city and the county, I have a track record of working closely with the county. These things won't even come up here. I also appreciate Commissioner Adams and her insight and help on some of our plans. And we are all very highly educated software engineering professionals, like in the West Coast, all these New York and everything, and all these people. We want to make this as a home. And when we found this place of Vero Beach, which is in the right heart of the center of the Florida, right on 95 NC Highway 60 junction, we thought, hey, there's a huge opportunity here. There's a huge potential here. And the corridor, that 60, that connects all the way from the West Coast to East Coast, and the 95 and the Turnpike, we thought that's an excellent location for us to be in. It's a great connectivity. But what I found over the period of last 2-3 years is, we are talking about urban sprawl. We are talking about limiting growth. We are talking about ag use and everything. And what are the country's problems today, if you see? Affordable housing.
So I want you to listen carefully, because he goes all over the place for this. When he started, and I kind of got impatient because I couldn't get it just right to where he starts speaking. But when he started, he was talking about he's speaking for 400 investors, and they wanted to make Vero Beach their home. They wanted to build homes, and they're getting close to retirement age. They're in their 50s, and for his people to come and build this community. So now he's getting all over the place where he's starting to use buzzwords like affordable housing and stuff like that. But it really doesn't have anything to do with his initial plan, which is they want to build a community just for them, for his people to come over.
World is moving towards digital. There is more and more need of warehouses. Highway 60 on the west is a great location that's going to be a excellent spot for warehouses that can deliver all our goods online. But we are not doing anything to that effect. It was declared as an opportunity zone to bring growth, but we are not doing, as a county, we are not doing enough to bring that growth or the financial muscle power that is needed. And we are looking at all these things. I feel that, okay, is this county welcoming or the city welcoming for the new people to come and make their home? So that's what I've been thinking about. Did we make the right choice? And we are talking about limiting and making it only ag use land. You know, this is a land that we bought to make homes, build houses.
Okay, so now I want to point out that when this land was purchased, I'm not sure if it was part of the auction 4 years ago, but I'm pretty sure some of it was, because some of those lots were up for auction. I saw the map when I went to the auction because I had never been to one. So I went to that one for the first time. And it was ag. It was zoned ag use only. You could have one structure on 10 acres of land. So for him to say that they purchased it thinking that they were going to build homes, they knew when they purchased that land that it was not zoned to build high density homes. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Make retirement homes and making them, reducing the density, making them ag use and everything, that will not serve the purpose of the landowners. I'm not sure how much it serves for the county commissioners, but these are some of the things. My request is to keep this in mind, is that a lot of people wanting to make Vero Beach as a home.
So can I ask a question?
Sure,
So
sir.
which policy are you referring to, or we're converting ag to, or we're converting something residential otherwise to ag to prevent growth? Because I don't know that we have done any or proposing any future land use map amendments as part of this area-based comp plan amendment process. I don't think we are adjusting any of the future land use designations.
Agreed, sir. There is no
Is
like
it a
that. But what I
general
want to share
statement
is
or-
about.
But see, that was proper. He's approaching this like they're changing it and they're not doing it, but there was no plan to make this high density building. So it's AG2, and the way he's presenting it, it's like we're preventing them from doing something that they thought they were going, that they had in all impressions of when they purchased this property, that it was housing. He has to use that language, I'm believing, and I'm assuming he's using that language because he's got investors watching. And he sold them on the idea that this was buildable land. That's what I'm gathering from that, why he would use that language. So let's listen to the rest of it.
Is it
General.
I mean, so I'm just trying to understand.
Yes, sir.
So you've purchased property that's ag.
That's
and
right.
you want to convert it to residential? Is that what?
It's not ag right now. It's owned for AG2, which means.
See, now he's denying it again that it's not ag, it's AG2. But what it is it's farmland. So you can have 10 acres, but with one housing unit. And that's usually to run the farm and do all that stuff. If you want to live on it, you can do that as well. But it's for one dwelling on 10 acres. So I'm thinking all this language that he's using is because his investors are watching.
Means you can have
It's
one
ag.
dwelling unit. Yes, it's
Okay.
ag. And then it is in the prime location. Now, if you look at the entire 95, all the way from the north to south, it's all high value properties, high growth properties. And it's on the right intersection of the 95 and 60. And we are limiting growth. That's a excellent location for a high value growth. And then you can have some very good community, expensive community like what we have in Sarasota.
Now, I just got to say this. He said an expensive community like we have in Sarasota. But in Sarasota has one of the biggest mosques in Florida. Or the biggest mosque in Tampa, Florida. So there's a mosque, a masjid in Sarasota, Bradenton. And I can even give you that address. So when he's talking about Sarasota, he's not being specific. So I'm thinking, okay, is he talking about the mosque in Sarasota and the city over there? Did they purchase land over there and build city there? So then again, there's more research that we need to do on our end. Check out what he's talking about in Sarasota, the message in Sarasota, which is there. So I'm just looking at his language and sharing that with you so you understand where we're going with this.
This county has so much potential, and I think we are limiting the growth by not developing the 95 West. I just want to share my thoughts. I don't know how much of that is.
I don't see where,
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
yeah, please.
I did have a meeting with him and his counsel, Pete Sweeney, months ago. And the emails that I've been receiving the last couple of days is we were it's from over well over 100 people. It's a joint email cut and paste that everybody sent. It says I'm writing as a property owner with holdings on west of I-95 within the St. John's Improvement District to express my concerns regarding the proposed 2025 comprehensive plan EAR-based amendments, particularly those that would implement a new town developed framework for unincorporated ag lands in any river county. I strongly oppose these amendments. They represent a drastic, unwarranted departure from the county's extended land use policies. I don't need to go in the rest of it. I think you just said it. We haven't changed any zoning or anything like that.
Okay, so that's what I wanted you to hear because Joe Ehrman did speak with them, and he spoke to the attorney and he spoke to Venkatesh Yerramsetty, and they spoke about this property. And I also spoke to Joe Ehrman, and Joe Ehrman shared with me that this is a developer, their land bankers. I went to their website to find out their land bankers, but they also shared with Ehrman that they are fully funded through India. So that raised some red flags for me. So I said, oh, so let me go look at India because, that is the third largest country that Muslims live in. Islam is thriving there. That's the third largest country. And they have two financial systems. There's one financial system for India, which you have to pay interest when you borrow. And then you have another company that works to be compliant with Sharia law loans. So I'm trying to do some research and figure out where this leads us. So the next video that I want to show you is, you heard the language there. We want to build a community for our people. I think you missed where he said it's 400 people because I got a little impatient because I couldn't find the exact spot on YouTube to capture that. I was getting a little impatient, so I apologize for that. So let's go to the video that I want you to see right here. So hang on, I'm going to switch over. And let's see, I'm going to go to this one. I want you to listen to this language now.
And we ask ourselves, why is this happening? What are some of the reasons why our community is flourishing and booming? And of course, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, all goes back to Allah, beginning and end. And then Allah has blessed a number of factors. Of those factors is, alhamdulillah, this masjid is not just a masjid isolated from community. It is a masjid and a community combined in one. We are surrounded by more than 100 houses, an apartment complex within a 5-mile radius, 1,000 Muslims, alhamdulillah. I don't know of any other masjid where in Salat al-Fajr, on an average day, 600, 700, 800 people come. And you all know this. 5 years ago when I moved here, that was the decisive factor why I chose to move here. That when I came, I saw 500 people for Fajr. I said, khalas, this is my community. Now, alhamdulillah, it's 800. Inshallah, we hope to get 1,000 soon, inshallah. Say Ameen. So Fajr, Isha, Taraweeh, packed to capacity. Eid, we have 5 Salah for Eid, over 10,000 people. So one of the reasons of this success, Allah's blessed us to have a combination of a magnificent facility. We have an infrastructure. We have community. We have, mashallah, stellar line of shuyukh. I'm the least amongst them. All of these combinations come together. And subhanallah, this was not something that was planned. The founders of Epic didn't plan this, that in barely 10 years, from nothing to what we have now. We are, and this is just a factual statement, without astaghfirullah, any arrogance, without any kibr. We are one of the most active and one of the most watched and one of the most prestigious masjids in all of North America. Bihamdillahi wa fadlihi, not because of me or you. This is Allah's blessings on us. Now, the board and all of us, we thought to ourselves, what if, rather than just accidentally these factors coming together, we actually analyzed what made Epic so significant.
Now, if you don't know, Epic is in Plano, Texas. And this was the first masjid, which is a mosque. It's the largest mosque. And this is where they started really flourishing in Texas. And from this mosque, they moved on to Epic City, which is in Josephine, Texas. But I want you to hear the language that he's using and expressing to his people.
And then decided to plan an entire, not just subdivision, not just some cul-de-sacs and an apartment complex. No, what if we were to take the best of what Epic has to offer, and then rather than just 100 houses, maybe 1,000+ houses, rather than just one masjid and one facility, a magnificent complex, rather than just an apartment complex that happens to be here, a purpose-built apartment complex, rather than just one subdivision, an entire city that we advertise to the entire American subcontinent, that look, Epic 1 was such an amazing success. What do you think would happen if we bring forth Epic 2.0? What?
This is scary because here, when we listened to the county commission, we're talking about someone that wants to build a city. That's why the residents were writing in to Joe Ehrman and telling him about the Newtown rule. They were concerned about the Newtown rule, which is SB 180. And that Newtown rule also comes up, expires in 2007. We're in the end of 2025. We're in what? October, November, December, January. So they're already putting their people in place to make a change within the next year. Okay, because Thanksgiving is around the corner. We're at the end of October right now. This was September 9th when he came to the county commission and expressed his desire to have the zoning changed. That's what he's doing here. And he's talking not about building a few houses, a cul-de-sac. He's talking about building a city. He's 200 acres, a little over 200 acres. He wants to build a city. And it's called Epic Estates. That's who these people are. But this is flourishing all throughout the United States. Do we know that they're connected to Epic City? Well, what I do know is that they are located in Texas. They're in Flower, Texas. Ehrman confirmed to me that their funding is coming from India, which means that they have a lot of money. And everything points back to Texas where Texas has been flourishing with making communities for specific people, like the Islamic religion. That's what Epic City is. So let me show you how we have other mosques around the country and how they do this. Here's Kansas City.
About a mile, and all of this land belonged to this society.
So we're going to bring you to Epic City.
In Kansas City, the Grand Masjid, the Islamic
Oh, not
Society
Epic City,
of Greater
Kansas
Kansas
City.
City.
My name is Fadi Bani Al-Marji. I'm the manager of the Islamic Society of Greater Kansas City.
The history of Islam in Kansas City is interesting.
The African American brothers established the first masjid, and then migrant established a place for prayer around KU Medical Center.
But
Our masjid is the biggest masjid. We have the biggest congregation, biggest space, biggest land, and also the projects that we oversee here. Like I said, we're the only Islamic cemetery.
and this masjid has a 40-year history.
The masjid itself, the building on it started in 1980 and it was completed about 1981. We have, alhamdulillah, very good brothers who established this center, were visionary, and they established it on a piece of land that is big. And then we were blessed throughout the years with the lands that were attached to the original land. This is what original masjid used to look like. It was still a good size, but if you look over here, this here, okay, so that used to be a church.
That's pretty far.
Yeah, well, I mean, not anymore, because now, like, we have buildings all over. So the gymnasium and the community center is over here, and then here it's hidden by the trees, but there is a house, a big house that was for the pastor of the church. So we purchased this whole land basically, and that was close to us, you know, or attached. I mean, like right next door to us. This area here is the original. This was added, okay. And this house became daycare. This building here, the church, became the kindergarten and preschool. We built over here elementary school, and we built over here the gymnasium and community center.
How many
Hold
parking
about
spots?
Over 350 cars. And then later we purchased the land behind them. And then after that land, like I told you, there is the senior living business.
Right.
And then after the senior living.
Now you hear that. He said the senior living business. Remember when Venkatesh was talking, he says we're getting to retirement age. That's, you know, moving on to seniors, having a senior facility. These are all the like drop language notes that I picked up on that led me to believe, are they really just a land banking company, or is this the plan? Because you see that they work slowly over time. They take their time. Okay, we'll get this much land. We'll build the masjid. Then we'll add land next to it. Whatever we can buy that's next to it, we buy it. These land bankers already have quite a bit of land west of 95. And they have about close to 4,000 acres that we've been able to identify in Indian River County. Now, south of us in St. Lucie County, they also have property. North of us in Palm Bay County, they also have property. They also have property in West Palm Beach. So that's also a good reason for them to want to really change this land as well, because they are right there off of 60 and 95. So there's major connections right there. So I'm just showing you this so you can see that these things feel very related. And I'm not saying they are, but they feel very related. And these are things that we need to be aware of. And why? Because things like this happens. This is the masjid in Sarasota right now.
As a parent, what are you doing as a parent? How is your salah as a parent? How is your Ramadan as a parent? How is your Eid al-Adha? How is your sacrifice as a parent? How are you dealing with Allah first as a parent? What are your condition with Allah subhanahu? What is your status in the eyes of Allah? How does Allah think of you? Think about this, brothers and sisters, fathers, mothers. Think. You want your child to pray salah. You want your child to read Quran. You want your child to go in the path of Allah. How are you? How is your life? Think, brothers and sisters. How is your life? Are you in the path of Allah? Are you reading Quran? Are you following the orders of Allah?
Brothers and sisters, we go against the orders of Allah day and night. We allow our children to marry kuffar, and we laugh and say it's okay. We have girl children and we say it's okay, they can marry non-Muslim. You have just finished a generation of the ummah. That woman who marry a non-Muslim man, that child, that generation is not going to follow Islam. You have just killed that. You made a child to kill Islam.
This is what they're preaching in Sarasota, Bradenton. This is what they're teaching there. Do we know that Epic Estates is following this? Here's Sarasota, the Sarasota Mosque as well, from the outside.
Give you guys a little clip of the masjid, the largest mosque in the state of Florida, here at the Sly Mosque. May Allah's peace and blessing be on you wherever you're watching from. Peace and blessing.
So how did they get here in Florida? Well, let's take a look and see what the mosque, what the city, what Epic City looks like. I don't know if any of you have seen this video. You guys are local and you're watching me, and I just did an event Friday or Wednesday of last week, and I asked everybody to raise their hand if they knew what Epic City was in Josephine, Texas, the 402 acres that were purchased, and not many hands came up. So I wanted to show this to you as well. We need to find out who this land banker is, and we need to make sure this is not what's coming to Indian River County.
A testament to faith and community. The heart of our journey begins with the foundation of unity. Education, the cornerstone of growth and prosperity. Here, young minds flourish, nurtured by knowledge and boundless opportunity. Epic QC, a girls' school, kindergarten to 12th grade, building acquired in 2023. Epic QC, a boys' school, completion in 2024. Epic endowment building and land acquired in 2021. And now we embark on a new chapter, a vision of harmony, where homes and hearts unite. 402 acres of beautiful scenery. Welcome to the future of living. Welcome to Epic City. Nestled in the heart of Josephine, Texas. It is about 20 miles and 20 minutes from Epic. Commercial areas.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Welcome to Epic 2.0.
Okay, now you see what that is all about. The concern I have here is that was just 402 acres. You saw how large it was, 402 acres. We don't know what this land banking company, Epic Estates, is doing here, what they really want. It's very concerning when they say we have 400 people that want to come here and make their home and build their families. And then I get really concerned when my county commissioner, Joe Ehrman, tells me that they're financed through India. and this was for an Indian community. We know that India is the third largest nation that Muslims, the Islamic religion, and it's really not just a religion, folks. It is a governance. Sharia law is the governance, and that is totally antithetical to what the Constitution is. It's totally against what we believe. You heard in that one clip the soundbite that I showed you, where marrying a non-Muslim and having children is a bad thing. You're killing the Dawi, the Sharia. You're killing Islam by having non-Muslim children. And these people are the fastest growing religion governance, both in one, because you are ruled by Sharia law. They come here and they're not ruled by our Constitution, which makes no sense why they're coming here. If you don't know the fact, the reason they're coming here is not to assimilate, but it is to turn us all into Muslims. And I wanted to show you that because it's really important, because what we see here in New York City, which I want to show you, is happening. Can you imagine? I grew up in New York City. It didn't look anything like this. This is New York City, and it's happening all over the world. That is a Islamic flag. Right? New York City. If you had that in any other country, you'd go to jail. This is New York City. This is happening in London, United Kingdom, right here. It's happening all over, folks.
Keir Starmer has said that these students protesting shouldn't do so because it's an insult to Jewish people. It is even anti-Semitic. And I don't think someone who is presently arming a genocide has a right to take the moral high ground about anything.
This is New York City again at night. That's my hometown. It's unbelievable to me to see this in my hometown. New York City. This is just 3 days ago. So, I really felt compelled to share this with you because it's a concern for me that Epic Estates is coming, and they've purchased all this land, and they've expressed that they want a community for their people. And this is just Kara News updating us on what's going on. This was from this news article was written September 13th, so it's more recent, and it's talking about the litigation and the laws that were changed. Epic, in regards to Epic City in Plano, Texas, it was a proposed development in Josephine, a city about 40 miles northwest of Dallas. The plans include a new mosque, more than 1,000 single multifamily homes. So if you could put 1,000 single multifamily homes in there, that's a lot of people. And if Epic Estates has the same idea, our town is pretty small. They can pretty much supersede our population in just a few years. So the development has nonetheless been targeted by Abbott and others who alleged without evidence. So they lost their fight on the religious end of it. So you cannot fight this through religion. You can't. They use our own Constitution against us. We all know this is not a religious law. This is this is their governance. Sharia law is the governance, and that's what should be banned from the United States. However, do we know that this is what we're dealing with here yet in Indian River County? We don't know, but a lot of the signs are similar to what happened in Texas and what's happening all over. I mean, they're quietly opening mosques up. We have the census from the notes from the information that I got from 2020 was 157 mosques in Florida at that time. Now we're closer to 180 mosques in Florida. And it might be that time where they're looking to flourish and really gain traction, which means they're looking to go from building mosques in cities and having small little areas near those mosques that become Islamic to now making cities and towns. And there is something in here where they created a bill to fight this. So a representative, Community Capital Partners, has said the company supports HB 4211 and it doesn't change how the company operates. Let me see in a statement ahead. I want to say how this helps because they changed some laws because they're fighting how you can develop your property and sell your property. The developer has nonetheless been targeted. Yeah, that's what they're saying. There are at least 5 active state investigations in the development. Abbott has been vocal about his disapproval of Epic City issuing statements emphasizing the state's oversight in sharing Islamophobic social and media content. So they've made their, it's not Islamophobic to say, look, Islam is just, it's totally opposite of what our Constitution, what the Republic is. It's opposite of the Republic. The proposed development is still in the early stages. So they haven't started building yet, but it hasn't been completely shut down. Like you can't build here, but there's like lawsuits, there's state lawsuits. The federal lawsuits were dropped. I think I wrote that down somewhere. State investigations continue. Texas Workforce Commission and the Texas Funeral Service Commission are working on some things. Governor Abbott signed a bill limiting religious exemptions. The bill changes Fair Housing Act. Religious organizations cannot operate housing developments like Epic, even if they do so without violating the Fair Housing Act. So the law prevents them from creating no-go zones. And it prevents them from controlling who the buyer can sell their property to. They can't exclude non-Muslims. So in reading that, it means they were trying to exclude people that were not Muslim because they were investors. It requires disputes to be resolved by Texas law, not Sharia law. They have to have full disclosure to notify their buyers they're buying into a share with Community Capital Partners, that's CCP, the corporate entity behind Epic. Investments are non-refundable, and CARE, Council on Islamic Relations, is calling on the 14th Amendment. So they're like, I know you've heard this before if you've been keeping track of this, how they use our Constitution against us. And I just wanted to read the 14th Amendment. And the 14th Amendment, Section 1, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. So they are using that to defend themselves. And we'll see how this turns out. But after looking at this, I was like, we kind of need to watch what's happening with this property, because they might say nobody's asked them, are you Islamic? Nobody's asked them, what kind of community are you looking to build? They can say we're from India, but that doesn't mean anything. You've got Pakistan right next door. You've got Islamic groups, a huge population of Islam in India. And then you have a huge population of Indians. And I don't know about you, but people from India have lived in the United States and assimilated without having to create communities for themselves. And they're Hindu, There are Americans that are Hindu. My mom even has a Hindu statue in her house. So I don't know if she's Catholic or Hindu. I really couldn't tell you. So the Hindu religion has never been a threat and has never been the law for the Hindus, people from India. So it's very odd to think that people from India would feel more welcome in the United States if they all lived in a city of their own. So that's the other thing that really bothered me. So Epic Estates are land bankers, investment, land development. And the other thing that I found when I was looking through Epic Estates, because I wanted to research Venkatesh, is that he's the property manager and partner at Epic Estates, but he is also a manager, an investment partner, and with Shriven. Sorry, I have a lot of notes just everywhere. Shriven Ventures. I'm trying to share this all with you. And one of his partners in Shriven Ventures is Ahmad Shakir Naimi. So let me go here. Let me see if I can put him up there. And he's a back-end developer of Epic Estates. Yes, Ahmad Shakir Naimi is the back-end developer of Epic Estates. And the odd thing is he says this. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Can you see that? Not sure if you can see it. I'm going to try to make it a little bigger. He says, and he had just graduated from a school, and he said, Alhamdulillah, I am thrilled to announce that I have embarked on the master's journey in information technology. Sorry, I just blew it up. Information technology at University Technology Petronas, UTP. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who supported me along the way, especially my family and teachers. I pray to Allah for guidance and strength to successfully complete this significant milestone in my life. So right there, I know that he's an Islamic governance follower. So he follows the rules of Islam, Sharia law. And that's just a connection that I made. And then I found a Facebook page, and it looks very similar, but the name is Ahmad Naimi, and he hasn't really used it much. It's from January 17th. And this is his picture here. So I'm just trying to make some connections. Is it him or is it not? I need a better picture of him. I sure do. I agree with that. And then this is Islamic Society of Sarasota, Bradenton. This is their page. So I went to check out their page. And they are really working hard to integrate people to come and see Islam and the mosques as a nice, comforting thing. So they have events, services. I don't think their events page is here. Donate, Islamic calendar, services, but they do have an events page somewhere because I found it. And they're having an event on October 17th of this month down there. Might be here. So this is, they have a Sarasota magazine. We Are Not the Other, Voices of Muslims in Sarasota by Susan Burns. And you can see, so it's just all about looking and checking it out. But back to the county commission meeting, this was very concerning to me. I wanted to know, and I'm still trying to find out, where is this heading us? Why would people from India feel the need to have their own city when they've always felt comfortable amongst us and assimilated? I want to say confidently that they have assimilated, trying to see if I can find Venkatesh again, but they have assimilated very well in the United States. And I want you guys to be aware of this, because what's happening right now is an occupation. We've got people in New York City, my hometown where I grew up as a child, up into my 20s, and then I moved to Florida. It was nothing like that. And it's pretty scary, because if you have any disagreement, you get violent reactions. Is this what's coming to Vero Beach? I don't know, but we need to do research, and we need to keep our eyes open, our ears open, talk to the farmers out there. What do they know? Call out to Ehrman, give him a call, say, hey, we need to know more about this. You spoke to the attorney, Mr. Perry. Was it Perry or Steve Perry? Steve, I forget his name. But he spoke to Venkatesh, and he also spoke to his attorney, and he has more information, and he can, it's important. I've been trying to get that more information from him for 2 weeks now, going on 3 weeks this Monday. And I think it's important for us to know what we're dealing with and what the real intention is. Do you intend to build a city? That's what SB 180 is. It's those restrictions on what you build out there. And if the farmers are concerned about a new town development, a new town as a town, a city, they have every right to be, and they're the ones closest to this, because they're living out there. They've got their property out there. And if they're that concerned, we should be concerned, and we should be backing our farmers. And we should be doing more research. So just wanted to put that out there. I am doing some research on it. I've got notes everywhere. And we're going to try to find out some more information and see where this leads us, and find out what's in store for Indian River County in its near future, because we only have a year left after this January for SB 180 to end. So guys, thanks for checking in, and let's keep America a great republic with your help.